Most business owners, they kind of measure three things. They measure how many customers they've got, what their revenue is, and what their gross profit is. In ActionCOACH, we consider that those are the outcomes of 5 much more important things, which are the 5 ways. And you might want to consider these to be the 5 key levers that a business owner has to drive the kind of marketing engine of their business. And it's these. So it's the number of leads that you generate, times the conversion rate. So this is how effective are you at converting new inquiries into your business, new leads into real customers. So number of leads times conversion rate determines that first output of number of customers. And then we take number of customers and we apply the next 2 5 ways, which is how many times on average do you sell to each customer? So we call it the average number of transactions. And that multiplies up in itself by what's the average transaction value. So when you do, each time you are transacting with your customers, on average, what is the value of that sale? What is the value of that transaction? And then that determines your revenue. And then you just take your revenue, you multiply it by your gross profit margin, and you get your gross profit. But the exciting thing about the 5 ways is that they do all multiply. So at the very outset of having a conversation with a prospective client, we always show them an example of a 10% improvement in each of the 5 ways. So, because a 10% improvement's not a lot. Imagine improving, say, a 25% conversion rate by just 10%. You're talking about just taking it up to by 2.5 percentage points in a year. Sounds pretty easy to do that, or very achievable. So we're looking at strategies for that business that will get each of the 5 ways up in that example by 10%. And when you do that, and the 10% is a good formula to look at because it's guaranteed, if you can improve all the 5 ways on average by 10%, you'll increase your customers by 21%, your revenue by 46%, and your profit by 61%. So if you take an example of a business that might be £200,000 in revenue today, in 12 months, with applying a 10% improvement on 5 ways, that business will become virtually a £300,000 revenue business in 12 months, and its profit will grow to more than 80,000 from 50 in that 12-month period. But then the really exciting thing beyond that, keep that improvement going for the next 5 years, that same £200,000 revenue business will become 1.3, 1.4 million, and the profit's going to grow from what was originally 50,000 to being 550,000 in profit, purely by the discipline of improving the 5 ways year on year by just 10% each. But what we do work with our clients is individually on what for them is the right percentage improvement. It might be different for each 5 ways. Equally, in better times than we've been in recently, we might be starting out on 20, 30% improvement in the first year, not just 10%. So those are the 5 ways.